Yeah, so I think that when it comes down to when you're working for executives, CEOs, anyone in the C-suite, I think it's a little more clear cut, what, in regards to communications. And what I mean by that is um uh, it I mean, really the buck stops with them. And so
Right.
sometimes it's a little bit easier to get your ideas and strategies approved or to get them across because when I used to work for do communications and marketing for the larger brand, there was a process, for getting things approved. And so I think that's one. It's a little bit easier to just sort of to craft that vision and kind of get that approved. And you don't have to go through that whole bureaucracy as you do before. But like I think that in regards to your question about passion, I think that I just it's very similar to if you were doing comms or running a campaign for a politician. It's for the individual brand. It's different. Um, it's much different when you're managing a personality. I would argue it's a lot more effective. When you do hit your goals because whether it's social media or say you're working on a book for the CEO or it's in the media, like the press or interview, and they want to talk to an individual, and they know exactly who they want to talk to. They want to go straight to the top of a company, and also like during if there is a crisis, for example, right now we have COVID. Last year, COVID it struck and its impact hit every organization and company, and so the CEOs and heads of all companies, all organizations, both big and small, were being, they were the focus. They were the ones that the press were going to be asking, how are you managing this? How are you getting through this? How
Mhm.
is your team managing this? What changes will this bring about? And so if you can win the day with your co-CEOs and C-suite in regards to their comms and how they interact with their quote unquote their publics, like you definitely have a greater impact on the positioning of your company.